What's up, comic and pop culture fans? This is James with Mint Hunter Comics, and today, why is my coffee over there? And today I just got back 4+ boxes of 100 comics that I submitted out to CGC. These are all brand new books, right? These are things from the last couple months, things like King in Black, things like Three Jokers, the Alex Ross Timeless variants. I saved up some serious money and I got these out, and I noticed immediately that I did something wrong. Guys, when you pre-screen for a 9.8, you tell CGC, I only want you to slab it if it is a perfect 9.8. If it's not, don't slab it. I knew something was immediately wrong because I got charged for every single book about 2-3 weeks after I submitted it in. Usually if you pre-screen for a 9.8, you don't get charged until like a month and a half later when it comes back to you. I started freaking out because, A, that's a lot of money. I was expecting maybe 75% of the books to get slabbed, but no, I got hit with the price of every single book submitted. So I asked myself, should I call customer service and just have them pre-screen it, reverse the charge, and just pre-screen it when we're done? But I decided, no, you know what? Pre-screening takes a little bit of extra time, and I want these books now. Well, this ended up being the longest submission ever. I actually waited an entire 3 months. CGC recently issued a statement saying that their wait times are pretty backed up, and they're hoping for our patience on this. So I understand, I really do. It did take 3 months to get here, and there's some really disappointing grades in these bunches. So I'm gonna get up, we're gonna go outside because 100 comics is literally too big to unbox right here. So I'm gonna try to be positive about this experience, and I sure did learn something. Guys, if you're submitting new books in, you really want to be pre-screening for a 9.8. I'm about to show you why. Alright guys, so here we are. We got 100 comics to go through, and I'm going to make the best out of a bad situation. We are going to switch from coffee to beer. I've got all 100 comics separated into bundles. I've got my Alex Ross, I've got my King in Blacks, I've got my Batmans, and I've got a mixed bag. So I thought we'd start off with what I think was probably the most disappointing comic out of the whole batch. This is a reprint of Amazing Spider-Man #1. I just thought it would be cool to have a 9.8 of it. Unfortunately, it came back a 9.0. So obviously, I'm not even going to be able to sell this for like 50 cents. Nobody wants a 9.0 of a 2019 reprint. This was probably pretty stupid of me. I don't know how I missed all the way down to a 9.0. Regardless, I'll be giving that away for free. Up next, we have Usagi Yojimbo. This is the new Wanderer's Road #1. I have 3 of these. I submitted 2. I have yet to read this. I'm a little behind on my reading, which is funny because this was like 3 months ago. But it looks like it did get the 9.8, so I'm very happy about that. No complaints there. That's a beautiful, nice IDW book. Fortunately, it looks like I only got lucky once. That's a 9.6. I will still be selling this. Maybe I'll put it up on my Instagram if anyone wants it. Pretty cool. Here's an odd one. My cousin gave this to me as a gift. It actually came in the box of his Christmas gift to me as like a nice little bonus. And it got a respectable 9.6. I'm actually not that upset about that. First appearance of Carrie Kelly as Catgirl, sequel to The Dark Knight Returns. 2 different covers exist. Pretty cool. Up next, we got a nice, beautiful cover of Rorschach #1. And we did get the 9.8. Very clean, very nice. I think there was some controversy about this. Tom King put this artist on blast or something, and then he had to issue an apology. I forget. Next up, Rorschach #1. I think this is the regular cover. Beautiful cover. I took a risk because it is a black spine, but it did get the 9.8. Very clean, very nice. Alright, first up, King of Black #1. This is the regular cover. I did swing for pretty much all of these. I think I got the null CGC cover, and we did get the 9.8. Very nice. And that is a beautiful, cool cover. I think that one stays in the personal collection. Next up, King in Black #1. This is the Stegman variant cover, and got the 9.6. This is the type of book that I would have wanted a 9.8 in. And again, it's pretty much identical to a 9.8. I can't tell what's going on or why I didn't get it. Here's another book that I'm gonna have to give away for free. Anybody wants it, just message me, to be honest. King Black. I even swung for the custom Null logo, and nobody wants a 9.2 of a 3-month-old book. That's a really disappointing grade. This is why you pre-screen for a 9.8. Now we have the Clark variant of King and Black #1 with the custom Null logo. Very nice looking book here. 9.8. It's a beautiful one. Look at that right there. Awesome. This is the tan variant. This is cool. I just love this cover. This blows my mind. I'm not going to be selling this one because it is a 9.8. This one stays in the personal collection. Just too nice. Took a big risk submitting this sketch edition, this complete black cover of King Black #1, and somehow this got a 9.8, and my tan or U, I forget which one, variant got the 9.2. Tell me how that gets a 9.2, but this gets a 9.8. But I'm really happy about that. That's a beautiful book, and I'm going to get this out of the sun right away. All right, now Peach Momoko is dominating the variant game right now. And she does it again here with the King of Black #1 Momoko variant cover with the custom Null logo. And we did get a 9.8. Pretty happy. Next up, we got the Venom variant tattoo cover. Pretty cool here, and it did get the 9.8. Now here we go. This is King of Black #1, but this is, I believe it's the director's cut or the premiere edition. This is the either the 1 per store variant or the 1 and 2 store variant or something like that. I can't remember, but it did get the 9.8, and I love that black and white sweeping over the cover there. I don't think I'm going to sell this. This is a nice, high, rare variant. This one's for me. This is a Venom related book. This is Web of Venom, Empire's End. This is the book that Donny Cates said was incredibly important leading up to King and Black #1, and I think that the main cover is just, I think it's fantastic. I think that looks just so awesome. And I did get the custom Null logo, and we did get the 9.8, so I think I probably will sell it, but that is pretty nice. I'm glad I got that. Who's ready for a badass cover? Check this out. This is Web of Venom, Empire's End, the Null is Coming variant with the custom Null logo, and it did get a 9.8 despite the difficult black spine. That is awesome. We're going to finish off the Web of Venoms with the Silva variant cover. Custom Null logo, unfortunately, did get the 9.6. I'm going to be selling that real cheap. I'll put it up for auction. Now, I've been getting the custom Venom label for the Venom books. I probably should have got the Null label for this one or the Venom label, but I didn't. It's Venom 25, the 3rd printing, which is the sketch cover. You guys remember this wraparound, how much of a big deal this was. This is the sketch version, and it did get the 9.8. Kind of wish I got the custom label, but that is a clean, nice 9.8. Will be selling. Here's another one of the cool variants. This is the Mark Bagley, I believe. Mark Bagley landscape variant. Pretty awesome. You guys probably have seen the channel. I gush over Mark Bagley all the time. I think he's amazing. I'm a big Ultimate Spider-Man fan, so it just makes sense. And it did get the 9.8. Really happy about that. I only just wish that I did maybe the Carnage or the Venom or some other sort of logo. But I'm very happy with that clean 9.8. All right, we got one Stegman variant to do, and then we're going to do the next one. This is Venom 29, the Stegman variant. This is the regular variant version. And we've got a nice looking 9.8 right there, very clean. Will be selling. I'll put that up for auction. But even better, we've got the Venom 29 Stegman sketch cover. I think this is a very low print variant cover. And it did get a 9.8. Very nice there. So far, it seems like the books that really need a 9.8 are getting it. The ones that aren't getting a 9.8 are the ones that weren't as important to me, to be honest, so that works. Last of the Venom 29s, this is the regular cover. Cool looking cover. Will be up for sale. Clean 9.8. No complaints there, guys. Psych, there is one more Venom 29, and it's a disappointing one. 9.6. That's okay. This is the Fortnite versus Marvel edition. Fortnite's dumb. Then we got a couple of Thors. I have two versions of this. I see that the other one's a 9.8, so I'll just show you the one. We got both of them in a 9.8. This is Thor 10. And I didn't know there was a new Thor custom label, but a Thor custom label just came out. So from here on out, if I ever submit a Thor book, I'll probably be getting it for my Thor books. Same thing here. This is the Thor 10 variant, and it is a nice 9.8. I have another one sitting there. I'm not going to show it. Well, fine. There it is. Pretty nice. Both of them in a 9.8. Let's do the Alex Ross Timeless variants. We're going to start it off pleasantly. Unfortunately, it doesn't stay this way. Both of my Iron Mans did get the nice, perfect 9.8 treatment there. Absolutely no complaints. That's just a beautiful thing to have happen. So that's awesome. Same thing here for my Thors. And I was going for custom labels on all my Alex Ross variants. I didn't know about the Thor one. I'm actually thinking about maybe sending it back and getting it relabeled just for the custom Thor label up top. But that's beautiful to have both of these in a 9.8. Very, very happy. Very nice. Now we have the Black Widow number 2, the Alex Ross Timeless variant. This is obviously Black Widow on the cover here. One of them did get the 9.8. The other got a 9.6. So I will definitely be keeping the Black Widow, and I will be selling the 9.6 version. If you guys want it, just let me know, or I'll put it up for auction. Here's where some real disappointment comes into play. I had them give me the custom Fantastic Four labels, and each one got the 9.6 instead of the 9.8. So I spent the money and got all of these graded, got them having the custom logos, and not one of them got the 9.8. So the hunt for the Fantastic Four with the custom logo continues. The Alex Ross Timeless variant collection will not be completed today. Here's a nice one though. Clean 9.8 Avengers 36. This is the Ghost Rider Timeless variant copy. Really happy. A lot of these I only submitted one of, so the ones that got a 9.8 I'm extra grateful for. Very nice. Spider-Woman. When are we going to see her live? I think it's going to be coming one of these days. Anyway, we did get the 9.8, so that's super awesome. That's going to be a keeper. Any of the 9.8s I'm keeping. Here's a character I admittedly know pretty much nothing about. This is the Medusa variant. It is an Alex Ross Timeless variant. Obviously, you see I'm trying to collect them all, and I don't have to try for another one because we did get the 9.8 on this. Very nice. I submitted the Captain America 24, and I thought I submitted 2. I think I saw one got a 9.6. This is the one that got the 9.8. This is the Falcon cover. This is, unfortunately, I'd love to sell this with the popularity of Falcon and the Winter Soldier coming up, but I'm going to hold on to this for me. And back to being a bummer. This is the New Mutants 13 Colossus cover. I even had them do the custom X-Men logo for me. Unfortunately, it did get the 9.6. This will be for sale. Just reach out, or I'm going to put it up for auction. Black Bolt cover. This is Fantastic Four number 25, the Black Bolt Alex Ross Timeless variant, and we got the 9.8. Very nice, guys. And I don't have to do any resubmitting or trying again for this book. Makes me happy. Immortal She-Hulk, who's definitely going to be having some big popularity boost soon. Number 1, the Alex Ross Timeless variant. Very nice. And we did get the 9.8. Very clean. That's a beautiful cover. Strange Academy number 3, the Alex Ross Timeless variant. And we got a 9.6. What are you going to do? You can't get them all. Unfortunately, I only had one, so I'm going to have to try again. I'm going to need that 9.8 in this book. Okay. Shang-Chi number 2, the Alex Ross Timeless variant, and we did get the 9.8. And with the Shang-Chi movie coming up, this might have some popularity on the rise. Very nice. My buddy T'Challa, we've got Black Panther, Alex Ross Timeless variant of Avengers 37, and we did get the 9.8. Adding to the collection. Here we go. All right. Now we have Cap himself, which Alex Ross loves to draw, in number 23, the Alex Ross Timeless variant, and we are going to get the beautiful 9.8. I think I mentioned I got a 9.6 of this, Captain America 24. There it is, first Falcon cover. Anybody wants this, just ask. Bringing it back to disappointing. Custom logo here. For some reason, they gave me 9.6s on a lot of my custom logos. Not happy about that. 9.6. Would have really liked a 9.8 in that, but I'm going to try again. Hope is not lost. If you want it, just ask. Here's an interesting one. I asked them to do the X-Men custom logo, and they gave me the Fantastic Four logo. So I have to have CGC send this back to me, which is funny because it did get the 9.8. Like I'm happy. It just has the wrong label up here. Whoops. Here's one I contemplated getting the custom label for. I didn't. Probably should have, but Empire Fallout Fantastic Four #1. Namor cover. Awesome. Got the 9.8. Very happy. You guys ready for a laugh? I submitted both of my Daredevil #1s, or excuse me, Daredevil #23, from the same place. Both look beautiful. So one got a 9.8, and the other got an 8.5. Explain this to me. Someone explain why, and I didn't get grader's notes, so I'll never know. Why I got a 9.8 here and an 8.5 here. I'd honestly love to know. This book matches this one. It looks perfect, and yet here we are. Last but not least, guys, I saved this for last of the Alex Ross Timeless Variants because obviously the success of WandaVision is going to make this pretty popular. They didn't get the same grade. One got a 9.8, one got a 9.6. To say I'm keeping the 9.8 is an understatement. I will be selling a 9.6, and a 9.6 with this still might land me maybe 50, 60 bucks. Who knows? I'll just put it up for auction. If it sells for 15, whatever. I'm just having fun. Okay, so should we do Batman or my 1 in 25 variants? I think let's do Batman first. I submitted, well, I'll just show you. I submitted 3 of the Batman and the Outsiders #17. This is the final issue in the excellent and terribly underrated Batman and the Outsiders arc. If you haven't read these, absolutely read them. I asked CGC to note it as the last issue from the run, and they didn't. That's a little disappointing. I don't know why they didn't do that. But that's a nice batch of 3 9.8s of the last issue from Batman and the Outsiders. Speaking of CGC not doing what I wanted them to do, Teen Titans Annual 2. I've got 2 of these. This is an important minor key, honestly. This is Damian Wayne is quitting his role as Robin. And I asked CGC to make a note, please note Damian quits his role as Robin, or something to that extent on here, and they left it blank. So for whatever reason, they seem to be ignoring my requests for labels right now, which isn't good. And if you guys remember, it is because of me that the first appearance of Clown Hunter says Clown Hunter. You're welcome, you're welcome. I guess they don't listen to me anymore, so whatever. Batman #90, we got a second print here. This is the Virgin variant, shows the full cover. Super awesome, you know, 9.8. I'm collecting the entire new run, so all the 1 in 25 variants and all the regular covers I'm keeping, and I'm gonna sell them like 30 years later. Don't even ask. Batman '97, the Matina variant, and I am getting pretty tired of these covers, to be honest. I actually discontinued collecting the variants. They don't do it for me, but I did get the 9.8, so I'm happy about that. If you guys want it, just ask. It's yours. These covers don't do it for me. I know some people prefer the Matina covers to the regular covers. Good for you. Now the regular cover of 27, and we did get the 9.8. I understand what people say. I actually don't love the art on this, but I did love the story. I thought the Joker War and the prelude leading up were great. I really enjoyed it. I had a good time with it. And this is going in the personal collection. Well, I only submitted one of these, Matina variant, and it came back at 9.6. I think I'll probably be giving this for free to someone. If you win or buy something else, you might find this randomly in one of your packages. All right, next we have number 98. This is an early Punchline cover. I really like the cover. I really like how they're bringing back word bubbles onto the cover with this Batman run. So I only submitted one of these, but it did get the 9.8, so that makes me happy. Going right into the personal collection. here's where it gets really disappointing. I submitted 3 copies of Batman 99 to ensure that one of these would get a 9.8, and none of them did. And I was worried about these because, for whatever reason, this batch of pre-orders that came in all had weird dinged corners, but I said, you know what, I'm still going to submit them, and yet none of them got the 9.8, so that's so disappointing. That means I have to submit another one. I've already submitted 3. That wasn't enough. Oh well. Now this is also interesting. That same batch of pre-orders that were so damaged on the corners, I submitted 4 of these, same exact batch from those 99s that didn't get any 9.8s, and every single one got a 9.8 here. I would love someone to explain that to me, but I'm okay with it because this has become a very popular cover due to the rising popularity consistently on Clown Hunter. You're welcome. Again, let's move on to Batman 100. This is the only one I have of this. This is my Stadium Comics variant. This is a beautiful, beautiful cover. This is not for sale, and it is a 9.8. So that's really nice. I have a funny story about these 100s. I'm going to tell you right now. By this point, I had been pre-ordering my comic books, and I was pre-ordering only 1 copy of Batman at this point. I was trying to cut down my costs, and for whatever reason, one day I got in the mail a massive amount. It was like 6 copies of Batman 100, the regular cover, 6 copies of this cover, and 6 copies of the sketch cover. So that equated to like over 15 books that I basically got for free. Craziness. And I said, you know what? There's a nice hardbound spine. I'm going to submit it in because sometimes you can get 9.8s for books like these. I think you guys saw I got a 9.8 from a book like this. And 3 out of the 4 got the 9.8. Unfortunately, 1 did get the 9.6, and another one I had to make a note on here because it actually has a little bit of broken plastic inside the slab. That being said, for some free books that I got 2 solid 9.8s out of it, and another 9.8 that I just need them to reholder for me. Pretty good. I mentioned I got a lot of the Batman 100s, didn't I? Let's check them out. Did I even get anything other than a 9.8? I don't think I did. Yeah, 5 books, 5 versions, and they all got the 9.8. I hope you can see that. I'm not going to take them out of the plastic. All 9.8s. Now, obviously, I was hoping for one of these to get a 9.9, but I wasn't that lucky. But look, that's okay. At least I got a bunch of these. I'm going to give one of these to my local comic book shop just because I love them. And if you guys want one, I'm only keeping 1, so just message me. This next one's interesting because I thought I submitted a ton of these, but apparently I only submitted 3, and it looks like they all got the 9.8, so that makes me happy. I'm only going to be keeping... You know what? I said I'm only going to be keeping the main covers. I'm kind of on a... I'm getting away from variants, so you know what, guys? If you want these, I'm putting them up for bid. They're yours. I'm not keeping them. Things are about to get weird now. Here we got Batman 101. I'm going to take this one out so you can see it. It did get the 9.8. Very nice book. I've been loving the stories. And again, I'm collecting this entire run in 9.8s. So they're not extremely valuable, but to me, they are. So it was nice to get a 9.8 in that. But interestingly, I got a 9.6. Another 9.8, so 2 9.8s, and then I got this catastrophe right here. What am I going to do with a 9.4 of a brand new December 2020 book? Anybody wants this? I think I'm going to be giving this one away for free. So, cool. Last but certainly not least, guys, we got some 1 in 25 variants to go through. All right. So, let's start us off at number 100. Oops, I forgot to hide the grade. Here we got Batman 100. It got the very nice 9.8. This is the Jimenez variant. I had every single Jimenez variant, and I submitted every single one but when you don't submit for pre-screen, it can be pretty dangerous. But we got the 9.8 there, so I'm incredibly happy about that. I also had a second copy, which did get a 9.8, so this will be going on for sale. I will keep one, I'll sell the other. If you guys want it, just let me know. I'm sure I'll put this up for auction. Nightwing's popularity is on the rise for the sole reason of his covers have just been fantastic lately. Those Future State covers, my god, those are nice. Anyway, this is the second one I've submitted and gotten in this grade, so that makes me pretty freaking happy. 9.8 of Batman 99. It's funny how I can't even get the regular cover in a 9.8, but the Jimenez 1 in 25 variant, I got the 9.8 twice now. Batman 98, the 1 in 25 Jimenez variant. By the way, all of these sell for like at least $100 on eBay, so it's really nice to have some valuable books come back here. And it happened again with the 9.8. Whoop! It's pretty windy out here, guys. This is why I don't normally film outside. But that's pretty nice there to get that in a 9.8. I like that purple cover. Absolutely beautiful and goes with the rest of the books. Let me go get that plastic. Next up, we got Batman 97. And it did get the 9.8. This is the Harley Quinn variant cover of the Jimenez variants. Very happy about this. So far, we are 100% on the variant covers. Can we keep it? We'll see. Here's one I am extremely happy about. This is a book that's risen in popularity significantly, and to be quite honest, I feel partially responsible for that. It was me who asked CGC to make sure that they include that it is the mention of Balfam, Clown Hunter. They switched it and they told me, okay, moving forward, this is going to be on the labels. And now this has been on the labels. Since this got added to the labels, this book went up. So I was very happy to get my own copy of a 9.8. Makes me very pleased. That is for the personal collection. That is not to be sold. Who knows how expensive this will get one day. We're still 100% on these 1 in 25 variants. Can we keep it going? Here we got Batman 95. This is the Joker variant cover. And it got the perfect 9.8. Makes me really happy. I think we only have like 3 more. Can we do all of them? We're going to have to see. Batman 94. Here we have, I forget the name of this character. Is it like the banker or something? I forget, to be honest with you. I know a couple of these had some first appearances, and I asked CGC to make note of it, and they did not do that. So, for whatever reason, CGC completely ignored me this time around. That's kind of a bummer. That's okay. Whenever you request a label, it's up to their discretion, so they can tell you no. Anyway, 9.8. Nice. Second to last, we've got the Batman 93. And this is the designer variant. Remember the character designer? That was a cool, short-lived, if you know the story, character that they introduced to us. I did like the character though. I wish we would see maybe more of him, even if it is in flashbacks. And I did get the 9.8. This is actually the second one of these I ever submitted, so I have 2 copies of this now. I'm gonna have to sell one and keep the other. Last but not least, the last one in all these 105 books or whatever I submitted, we have got every single 9.8 out of all the Jimenez covers. Can we do it one more time? Yes, we can. So, looks like we've got 92 through 100 in a nice 9.8, all the Jimenez covers. This collection is complete. The Alex Ross variants collection is still incomplete. I have to find some new books to submit out to CGC in order to get the 9.8 in order to complete that collection. My King in Blacks look very nice. Overall, I'm definitely happy. There are definitely some books that I'm not going to be able to do anything with, and it really sucks that I have to submit another batch of variants of the Alex Ross as well as the Batman 99s. I did not expect to have to resubmit 99s. I submitted 3 of them to avoid having to do that. Lame. But, you know, overall, I'm pretty happy with this. Is this my best submission yet? Nowhere near. I'm used to getting 9.8s on books from 1980, 81, 1979, 1978. So is it weird for me to see a King in Black #1 coming back as a 9.2? Absolutely. Maybe I got a little spoiled. Maybe I got too cocky. I don't know. But I think overall I'd give this an 8 out of 10. I am 80% happy with how this all turned out. Thank you guys. I appreciate you stopping by and watching this. 100 books. I'm going to have to take it easy for the next 2 months. I got to financially recover from this, so I got to get some sales going here. But if you have any questions or if you want any of these books you saw in the video, just message me on my Instagram. Otherwise, keep on collecting, and don't forget to hit that like on your way out.